You're gonna get that stone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna help you. I'll make sure that you do. You can't leave here until you do. Bang! We're back, Strength Camp. We're doing it here at the Strength Camp Reds, Growing Stronger today. I got a kind of a different workout. I'm gonna do bodybuilding today, just hit the muscles, get a little pump on. Not too much strongman stuff, but I do have a guest here that is itching to lift the stones. And so I'd like to introduce you to my buddy, Will.
Hey, Elliot, how you doing?
Good to have you here, Will.
Good to be here.
Will's gonna be doing a workout with me here today, but he was here all day yesterday filming me for a video
research project.
It's a video research project on masculinity. Can you tell me a little bit why that would be important to do a video research project on?
Well, we're living in a really exciting time where masculinity is being rediscovered and really reborn. And you're one of the leaders of that, of course, with your own personal development journey and your transformation through so many different phases of being a man. And that's happening around the country with leaders in countless different fields. And so I really wanted to understand the phenomenon that we're literally as men living through. So I decided to sit out and learn as much as I could about it.
Cool. And do you think it's important for men to lift?
Yes, it's incredibly important. If you don't have a strong body, how can you have a strong mind? In fact, during 2020, during lockdown, while everyone else was putting on the COVID-19, I lost 40 pounds and gave myself probably the gift of life, is what I tend to call it.
Nice. And you've been on the road for how long now?
We've been traveling for 7 weeks.
Okay, wow. So how have you been getting your workouts in?
We brought a 10-pound mace and a 35-pound kettlebell, and I have TRX straps and running shoes and my body.
Nice. So this would be the first time they kind of hitting the gym since being on the road?
Yeah, a real gym,
right.
Yeah.
And so the other day was the first time that you've ever lifted an Atlas stone here with me also. The guys wanted to just give it a try.
Yeah, lifted.
Right, well you did. You legitimately lifted my wife's one.
Indeed.
Right, yeah. Which is okay.
Yeah,
that's where we start. That's why I bought that one. What we'll do here is get started and maybe warm up with some stone loading. One of the best ways to warm up for stone loading is tire flipping.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you flip a tire, a very light tire.
Sure.
Just a few times so you get your ankles, knees, shoulders a little bit warmed up. We'll head over there, we'll play with the rocks, and then we'll get into our bodybuilding workout.
Cool, sounds good.
A little bit warmed up while I'm playing with you. So where do you live?
I live in Phoenix.
Oh, okay, so you're no stranger to the heat.
No.
Let's back up a little bit and let me use these mats. So stone lifting is more than just picking up concrete rocks. There's a long history behind lifting stones as it relates to the initiation of boys into manhood. And that's why I bought so many different stones, because each one represents a level of development in manhood and your ability to perform on the ship or to be a worthwhile contributor to that society. And so we're going to practice with the smallest, most respectable one, the most respectable of the smallest ones, because at least it's over 100 pounds.
Sure.
And stone lifting, the ancient art, the ancient sport of stone lifting, has a few things to consider. Number one of which, you want to sort of center your body over the stone. A lot of people will approach it from back here. They think they're doing a deadlift. You want to kind of get your body right over it. You also, it's a little counterintuitive, want to keep your hips up. So I'm hinging at my hips. It's kind of natural to want to get down here like you're going to squat it up, but you have much more leverage when you're hinging at your hips. Then you take your hands and you want to sort of vice grip it, right? So here we are, I'm here. I'm vice gripping it with my forearms, using my legs to get it to my waist, right? So I get it to my lap here. And from here, you're a tall guy, so you can probably just stand right up and put it on. But we really want to focus on getting our hands over the stone. Hey, leave it. Flex. Good, leave it. And then you want to pin it to your chest. You'll stand up. Boom. And you'll be doing it in front of this, so you can just put it on top. Get it onto your lap. March your feet forward. March them together. Get your hands over the stone. You're going to pin it to the top of your chest. And you're going to stand straight up with it. Good. Nice. And bring it down. Running. Let's go. Up. Wait. Let's go, Will. You got it, bro. Nice job. Nothing to it, man. Good. All right. So it's 110 pounds, respectable. Anything over 100 is legit. This is 200 pounds. That's the next level up. So I'm gonna let Will rest for a moment. Yeah, just catch your breath, get some water, and we're going to attempt the first of my legit stones. I'm going to name them in order of their initiative place, level. So I've got a 200, 225, 250, 275, 300. And so I'm working back up to my 300 right now. The heaviest I've lifted was a 400. So if we've got 5 of them, I was thinking of calling this one boy, still a boy, man, warrior, magician, king. Maybe that's what I'll do. Or maybe man, lover. Right?
Yeah.
Magician, warrior, king. We'll see. And I'll paint it. I'm going to paint them on those. And that way it's a matter of like ascending to your kingship through the Atlas stones. We'll figure it out. Woo! Time to graduate, bro. Big boy style here. No, you're moving it.
Yeah.
Take your time. Don't approach it like too crazy.
Yeah.
Concentrate, because it will own you if you don't.
Got it. I can't even grip it with my hands.
Okay. All right. Wait for a moment. You're gonna get that stone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna help you. I'll make sure that you do. You can't leave here until you do. Stick to that stone. Sticks and stones. Yeah. Good. Squeeze your forearms together. There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Walk up to it with your feet. Yep. Now. Nice. Bring it back. Roll back. Good. Roll it up. Do it again. Good. Walk up. Walk up. Hands over the top. Come up onto your toes. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Come onto your toes. Set it. Wow, you earned that. Nice. We'll take a break, and we'll do one more. Nice job. So just a reminder what's going on here. You know old Uncle E's getting back in the strongman. My goal is to hit that 300-pound stone and the 300-pound log. And so today's workout is a bodybuilding workout with an emphasis on getting me strong enough to overhead press that 300-pound log. So if you look here, we're gonna be doing incline bench press, but I've got sort of like a log bar, parallel grip. Number of reasons why I like that, of course, because it mimics the log over there, but also because it puts a lot less stress on the shoulders and elbows. It's a smoother, more natural movement than the straight bar pressing. So we'll be working on that first. The iron never lies. So who are some of the other guys that you've interviewed for your video project?
I've talked to Warren Farrell in Northern California. He wrote The Myth of Male Power, which is a great book, and his new book, The Boy Crisis, is amazing. It's all about the crisis of fatherless homes and what it does to young boys who aren't able to grow into men because they don't have their fathers around. It's devastating, the amount of research he put in. I've talked to Tanner Guzzi and Jack Donovan. We were up with Jack on his land, Waldgang in southern Washington.
Wow,
that was a pretty special experience.
Wow, very cool.
And Sean Smith, and he's incredible, clinical psychologist.
And what does he teach?
He teaches, well, right now he's pushing back on the American Psychological Association's guidelines that are basically anti-men and boys, saying things like stoicism and aggression are defined as universally toxic and bad, when these are qualities that men need to succeed in some sense in the world. So you're teaching boys that to be stoic and to keep their emotions under control is bad, and they should be more comfortable crying in public. And yeah, that may seem good from a political standpoint, but it just makes weak men. And so that's what the APA is trying to do. And so he's really outspoken about that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great work.
Great man.
Good. So one of the things I've been doing with my training is rotating max effort exercises. And this will be the first time that I'm doing a max effort on this incline neutral grip press. So I'm gonna keep going up. I have no idea what I can do. I think I should be able to cross 300 on it, we'll see.
It's all you, it's all you, it's all you, it's all you. It's all you. That's 100% you.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, really. Like,
but I'll take it.
No, really.
Will, you believe that right now we're going through a renaissance of men. Well, what does that mean, and why do you believe that?
Many men today know about the manosphere, right? The sort of online space of male content creators, fitness leaders, and different sort of thought leaders in the space of masculinity. What a lot of men don't know is that the manosphere was preceded by several generations of men reflecting on masculinity. It started in the 1980s with the mythopoetic men's movement. Robert Bly, King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, which we talked about earlier, that was the beginning of the men's consciousness ascension, you might say, the beginning of this cultural wave that's been propagating for 40 years. So that carried forward into the 90s, and the pickup artists, they sort of took up the mantle and started speculating on the nature of femininity and dating and sex. Those men got together and started comparing notes and realized, hey, some of the things that we've been told about women and men and women aren't right. And so that birthed the red pill community, which led to the manosphere. And now the manosphere is evolving into patriarchy, sovereignty. And so you can trace the beginning of this renaissance, this rebirth of men, all the way up from the 1980s until today with the return of the king, the return of the kings, as we're all ascending into our king consciousness of being, as you articulates so brilliantly. And that's happening through us as men. It's not happening around us. You can't look around and see it, but you can feel it as men we are being reborn.
What will it look like when men have come fully into their masculine consciousness on this planet?
In their homes, they'll be leaders in their homes. They won't be followers. They won't be beasts of burden. They'll lead their families. They'll lead their wives to a happy relationship, a happy, fulfilled relationship where men and women honor each other. They'll lead kids into virtue, into righteousness, and to success and prosperity. That's just in the home. And in culture, we don't really know what it's going to look like because the culture is changing so rapidly around us. We as men ascending into our kings could change the culture in a positive direction. I really believe it comes down to us to begin taking not just America, but the world in the right direction. It depends on how the culture is going to receive that. They could look at the virtue that men are seeking to embody and decide, hey, we want to go along with that, or they could fight it. I think there'll be a fight, but I think we'll win.
Amazing. And so you and I are in our 40s. There are a lot of men that are very young and waking up to this in their teens and such.
Yeah, amazing.
What do you think the next 10 to 20 years is going to look like for us?
As men? As the teenage men or just men collectively?
Men collectively.
It's incredibly exciting. Never before in history have we had the opportunity to learn from so many great men. We got the opportunity to learn from our fathers, and they got the opportunity to learn from their fathers. Some of us didn't get to learn from our fathers. And that was basically it for thousands of years. And now as men, we can learn from the best fathers of all of time, going as far back as you want to go, and we can learn from great fathers today online like yourself. And so never before in the history of mankind has there been the possibility for men to grow so strong under the influence of so many great leaders. And so I think the future is incredibly bright and exciting for the men who take up the call.
I'm personally really excited to take a look at the research that you've done and all the videos you've created as you've traveled around the country and you're speaking to different men that are emblematic of this new movement. Without giving it all away, when can we look forward to learning more about what you do?
Later this year, we're planning a crowdfunding campaign to help get men involved and let them know that this is happening. So be on the lookout for that later this year, 2021. And the project should be completed in 2022 sometime.
Well, I'll be sure to shout it out and let my fans know.
Please do.
Because this is a movement that is happening with or without us.
That's right.
And it's great to be on the cutting edge.
It really is.
It's great to have you here, Will.
It's great to be here, Elliott. Thank you.
Awesome workout, dude.
Thanks a lot.
Talk to you guys next time.